Yes, I stopped from a distance so that we can have a very clear view of what's happening there. And what is interesting about the impalas during this time of the season is that time where they are giving birth. So they have a gestation period of about 13 months, and they have also have a holding period where they can give birth from this time of the season, because of, as you can see, there's a lot of food, and there's sometimes raining a bit sometimes, and with the kind of the temperature and the food source of which like it's available, it gives them like I mean the positive food source at a large as possible point. So are we clear?
Yeah.
Does anyone have a question about like impala? So like they are herbivores. They feed mostly on grasses, you can see, and on the shrubs. So like whenever there is no food at all, they have a tendency of browsing. But in nature they are grazers. So whenever there's no food at all, they divert and then they adapt to the suitable like shrubs of which they are around for them to get the food source of energy. Okay? Okay, are we good to go?
elephant, what you have seen, I'm not so sure if you've seen it correctly. It was having some liquid on its leg. So that process is called dribbling. So what happened is that this elephant is very active to get the female for mating when it's like this, and it's very dangerous. That's why I was even scared. If you eat the liver of it when it's in mass, so it's very aggressive most of the time. So it's not easy to come across this elephant like this. You must give it the enough.
Did you saw the liquid?
Yeah. I did saw that. I did saw that liquid dribbling in between his legs.
When we were coming and approaching.
Yeah. So this one, it might be the male elephant. So to differentiate between the male elephant and female elephant, you can use a hand. So female elephant, they have like the sharp forehead, the female one. So the male elephant, they have like the round forehead in their face. So that's how we can differentiate. Or maybe to look at their private party, but
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Our first stop, I would like to show you this tree. This tree is called a common spike thorn. So sometimes you will find it not grown like this, and then sometimes it's growing like a bush like this. So it depends on the biome or the type of the soil of which it is grown from. So if you can see on the right hand side, there is a web, a spider web. So this spider web is died, is no longer active. I will try to look for the active one. So this spider web loves trees like this, and then they are insects, spiders. They are insects. They actually build their webs for the purpose of getting or catching their food, and as for attraction of the females, especially the males, of which they will do a beautiful spider webs, and then they don't want to be disturbed. When you disturb a spider web, then it means all of it will crash. Just the same as the food chain. Remember, on the food chain, you disturb or you take out one link, then the whole food chain collapses. and some rangers can come in this spot and look at the vegetation, and those who are doing birding can look at the different birds using this spot observation post. So sometimes the rangers are using observation post for looking at the poachers from a distance, because when you are on this spot you can see what is happening far away from this place. So now I want to talk about the marula tree. So this tree can grow into a medium size, and we can find it in this kind of biome, of which is savanna biome. And then most animals are using marula tree as a habitat. Some birds can stay in marula as its habitat, and then some mupani worms, especially that side of Litaba section, there is a lot of marula trees that side, so they host the mupani worms. And then if you can look at it on the side, you can see that some animals came to scratch themselves on it. We call that rubbing post. It's a rubbing post for animals such as elephants, buffaloes, and warthogs, all those kind of animals that are liking to wallowing in the mud. So they will come here to rub themselves on it. So the purpose of rubbing themselves, they would scratching themselves like us, we are using our hands to scratch ourselves. So they don't have hands like us, you see. Then that's why they are coming to rub themselves here, and they are removing ticks again. So marula tree is one of the big 5 trees. So we have big 5 animals, we have small 5 animals, we also have big 5 trees. So marula is one of them. And then long time ago, elders were using marula for you see, in our families, sometimes our mothers can only give birth to girls or only to boys. So it has believed that if you can go to marula tree, if you have only girls and you want a boy, you can go to a male marula tree to take the bag, you boil, you drink, and then you will be lucky to conceive a baby boy. And if you only have boys, you want girls, you can go to a female marula tree, you harvest the bud, you boil, you drink, and then you will have a lucky to conceive a baby girl. Interesting. types of trees. So the biome is influenced by the climate to have this kind of trees here. It's not every biome that you can find these trees. So, and I would like to talk a little bit about the magic quarry. This is the tree that they will use when they want to to drill some water. They just get a branch, they walk around until where they can see that this is where we can find water. Then they drill water in that spot. And then it has believed that the rangers in the bush, they are doing their patrols, they are taking this to take off their ticks on their boots or on their clothes. So they are using the magic quarry plant. So the russet bush willow plant, sometimes now is not the right season, but they produce some seed pods. The seed pods are used in the bush, so there's no hunger in the bush. We can eat fruit, we can also make tea. So you know, sometimes you can maybe have this thing of being put in the bush for a camp, maybe if you are a ranger, or even as guides. Sometimes we might find ourselves in the bush, so we can harvest the seed pod and we make ourselves tea, and they produce a nice tea, eh? Thank you.
I also heard that that branch you can even also use it as a
Oh yes, so this magic quarry branch, when you are in the bush, you can just simply remove these gray things and then you do it like this, and then it makes a good toothbrush for us in the bush. Yeah. And then here on the left hand side, there is a termite mound that is not active. I will stop a bit when I'm on this side. This termite mound is not active, so it means there are no termites inside. So some animals like warthog, arthropods, snakes, and other animals can use the inactive termite mound for habitat. They can stay there, especially those who are going for the process of hibernation, because they will have a long time resting, so they will have to settle their period of their rest somewhere under the soil or in the inactive termite mound.